Hello YouTube, it's the Expat Gunner here. Today I'm going to make a video on the UCG Industrial. It will be replacing my UCG-Fiber, which I've had for a year here. So I'll get the unboxing done, get the setup done, and let's see how we get on. Can we do a migration from one to the other? Is it that simple? Do we have any issues along the way? Let's see. Well, they certainly pack it well. Opening the box, got some good foam packing here, and here we can see the UCG Industrial. I believe this actually has comprises of two boxes. I think there is a desk stand in there as well. I need to try and get it out. It's a little bit hard with one hand, so I'll stop the video here and come back. So the UCG Industrial is shipped in two parts. We get this desk stand in a separate box, and we get the UCG Industrial in its own box, and this is quite a hefty package, weighs quite a bit, so we're going to get it unboxed and set up. Now let's see what's in the box. Wow, that looks impressive. Let's get an idea of the weight. Oh, that is a chonker. That weighs quite a bit. Construction looks decent. Yeah, I like that. So putting the UCG Industrial to one side, we get a mounting plate. We get a SIM injection tool. And we get the big 350 watt power supply, I think this is. Nice. Okay, so in the box you also get the additional antennas. You get a mounting bracket for the power supply. You also get some additional packets with some mounting hardware, screws, plugs, and some caps for the antennas if you choose not to use them. And we also have the stand we haven't unboxed yet. So we just plugged it in, it's booting up. I'm going to leave it without the desktop stand at the moment, get it configured, and think about final placement and aesthetics afterwards. Okay, let's get it set up. We get a welcome screen, and then we can sign into our account and get it set up as a new gateway, but we'll restore from a backup. So we selected a backup I did today. It's now just going through the process of restoring. As we can see, it's updating the firmware, and we'll come back once it's all ready, hopefully. We're making some progress, almost there. Just restoring Protect. Okay, so we completed the migration. It took about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes for it to do all the backup and syncing, but everything went across, all fine, no issues at all. So you can migrate quite easily from one UniFi device to another if you've done the backup, and of course you have the more up-to-date software and firmware running. So that was a quick, painless process. Here it is set up and running good, so I'll test it for a few days and see how it performs. So we've had the UCG Industrial set up for just about a week now, and it's been rock solid. Performance has been very good. As you can see, it's sat next to the UCG-Fiber, and also to the left we have a U7 Pro wall. This is on the desktop stand. These two are switched off at the moment. I've just been running the UCG Industrial, testing it out, and I will say that performance is pretty much comparable to the UCG-Fiber. Anyway, we'll now jump into comparison, and I'll talk a little bit about the differences between the two models and my overall opinion. Okay, so it's been about a week since I've been running the Cloud Gateway Industrial. Before that time, I've been using the UCG Fiber, and I've had that for about a year since it was released. What really appealed to me for the industrial unit was the fact that it's an all-metal design, fanless design, and it has the integrated Wi-Fi. Now, UniFi positioned this for industrial environments or more harsh environments, not your typical, let's say, residential or business environment, but I think it can suit those quite well. For me, basically, I found that it's gives you all of the performance of the UCG-Fiber, but with the addition of the PoE+++ capabilities. I think this unit has 270 watt PoE budget, and also the integrated Wi-Fi. I mean, one of the considerations you have to bear in mind with the Wi-Fi, although it is Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 7, it does not feature the 6 gigahertz band. And for me at the moment, that's not really too much of a problem. We only have one device that runs on 6 gigahertz, and that's the Wife's iMac. I also have 6 gigahertz wireless card in my PC, but I use it wired, so that's kind of a mute point for me. But I do like the fact that it's an all-in-one enclosure. It is a fanless design, and what I found with that is it runs a lot cooler than my UCG-Fiber. Typically, my UCG-Fiber sits around anywhere from 65 degrees Celsius right up to 75. I think the highest I've recorded the temperature has been somewhere in the region of 79 at its peak. So the UCG-Industrial actually runs a lot cooler. It's usually anywhere between 48 degrees Celsius and 50. So a lot less. And let's actually have a look at the comparison between the two units. So, as I mentioned previously, they do share a lot of the same hardware functionality and features. They actually have the same support for managed UniFi devices. They support the same host of applications, including Network, Protect, Access, Talk, and Connect. They can support the same number of devices. One of the key differences is that there was one less port on the UCG-Industrial, whereas the Fiber has 2 SFP plus ports. The Industrial unit only has one. But there are many key advantages that the Industrial has over the UCG-Fiber, and that's specifically around the power over Ethernet, the PoE ports. The Industrial features 3 PoE+++ ports and 2 PoE Plus ports, whereas the UCG-Fiber only has 1 PoE Plus port across the whole unit. We also see that they both share 10 gigabit Ethernet ports, and they both have an IDS IPS throughput rating of 5 gigabits a second. But a key difference, as I mentioned previously, is that the UCG-Industrial has the integrated Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi that's built in is basically equivalent to what would be U7 Lite access point. They have the same fundamental features and capabilities, and that seems to be the closest match from what I've been able to see. Now we can look across the board that the specification is pretty much one for one. However, there is one key difference here, is that the traffic flows at this time, based on the current firmware, the Cloud Gateway Industrial only supports blocked flows, doesn't give you all traffic flows like you get on the UCG-Fiber. Now, maybe this is just a software limitation. I have a feeling that they're probably running an enhanced version of the firmware that sits on the UDR7 and the UDR7 Pro 5G model. So maybe they will bring this with a firmware update in the future. They also already made one change when this was released a week ago. The original MAC address table size was 2,000. They've silently increased this to 4,000 to match the other units. Another key difference is the storage. On a UCG-Fiber, you could have NVMe storage, whereas in the UCG-Industrial, it only supports microSD. Now, that may or may not be a concern for you, but if we look at the application support and the camera counts, they are identical across the board. However, you might have a preference for one or the other. At the moment, I'm running a couple of G4 instant cameras, and during the switchover, I haven't noticed any issue at all or any degradation in performance. So for me, it's performing just the same. And the other thing to note is that you do get a pre-installed 128GB micro SD card included. With the UCG-Fiber, there are no storage options. There is a 1TB and 2TB. If you buy the no storage option and you want to add a SSD later, you must also buy the tray, which is about €19. But apart from that, then I would say that performance has been the same across the board. They've performed really well. I haven't had any issues with them at all. And we'll do some more testing and see how it performs longer term. But overall, it's a really good unit, and I'm happy. So we'll kind of close that down for now, and I will see you in the next one.